Let's see, am I live? I am live. Yes. It's been so long. Let's see. That's not right. There we go. Okay. Wow, I'm a bit nervous. That's funny. It's been so long. It's been so long since I've done this. So this is... Where's my music? That's the problem. I need the music. There we go. Hopefully it's not too loud. There we go. Okay, so what is this? This is a channel update for my YouTube channel. Today I hit 500 subscribers, which is pretty cool. Oh, you can't really see, but 500 subscribers. I also changed my name and got my handle to Memory. And I just thought I would take this opportunity to do a little channel update. Not that there's that many people out there watching, but this is kind of for recording anyway. So yeah, also, as usual, I want to get into this. I love streaming. I always choose not to because I feel like there's different things that I have to get ready in order to do this, but here we go anyway. So the first thing I wanted to do, besides say that I've updated my info, is change the music again. There we go. My favorite song. I wanted to basically go over a list of the different things that I want to cover in the next little bit. And there's so much, but I thought that it'd be kind of fun to completely do a kind of like process-based stream that's completely unhinged, completely unplanned, and I start from scratch, which is basically this blank piece of paper. And then after that, just going to turn down the music again. After that, move into showing some things that I've been working on and things I'm interested in as well. I did a video kind of like this a while back. Where was it? I think I did. It's so funny to look back at this because it all happened and I barely remember any of it. But I have an update video somewhere around here where I go through the same thing. So let me just start with kind of writing out the goals for myself right now. So one is to like straight up learn how to use Notion. My goals are to, let me just make sure this is a public stream. It is, I believe. Yeah. So my goals are to show my process. Of course, do so in a really unhinged and interesting and also piecemeal way. I don't know. I want to build in public. I want to be rough around the edges. I want to share my research. I want to make new things. And have an audience, participate with an audience, and hopefully get some sort of back and forth going on. So I'm just going to put these into, and turn this into a toggle. Like that. And put those on there. They should probably always be visible, but that's okay. So that's that, and projects. Things that I like, things I want to do and show. So, oh, I'm showing my video so you can't actually see. There we go. So the first thing that I want to show is obviously just kind of like behind the scenes stuff. So kind of like a planning document. And that's really boring. Of course, numbered list. Planning document. The second thing I want to do is use touchdesigner to create a, I guess it would be like a virtual avatar. And this avatar, what it would do, basically, I used to create these patches where I would have, it would be a character that reads, that kind of animates procedurally and can be controlled. I've always wanted to make this like a virtual avatar that can be controlled by your mouse clicks, and you could move your eyes, and basically a way for people to stream without having to show their face, because it ends up being kind of nerve-wracking to show your face. The only reason I want to show my face today is because I got a haircut. But most days I don't want to. Most days I find the camera kind of intimidating and scary. So creating a virtual avatar that has controls, things like look controls, can emote, show sadness, anger, happiness. Funny that those were the first ones I put in. Can potentially in the future have Twitch commands interact. That would be cool. But before that, other things like be customizable, and I swear I have a video of this is like an earlier version of the same idea, and that's me. But it basically was a face that would kind of be controlled by emotional inputs. Coincidentally, I went back into my old projects and found this, which is, it's actually using an Orbeck Astra Pro, which is a 3D depth sensor, plus an NUI track, which is a skeletal tracking software, to do things like, first off, get pose estimation, do things like age, gender estimation, and emotional estimation from your face. So this is actually a program that was written by a friend of mine, Manjeet Bedi, and he is planning on open sourcing it. We are planning on open sourcing it soon. But he wrote this whole thing, and this actually sends the data to touchdesigner via OSC. So if I make an OSC in, and I make it, I believe that's the port. Yeah, so it gives you all this data. Things like landmarks, torso location, head location, neck 1, 2, 3, that's XYZ. So I want to be able to use this stuff too and input that into this facial controller. Use the onData face tracker to input into a virtual avatar controller. This is all stuff we could probably do today, honestly. Twitch commands, and then there's probably some other things like change the lighting and environment, stuff like that. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to do. Something else I want to do is I want to create a perpetual motion live stream, and this is something I've been wanting to do for ages, honestly. I look back at documents from so long ago, and during these things, on these documents, I, basically I've been planning this idea of this eternal stream forever. It all started actually with this project called Stream Clock, and I basically had designed a clock that can read anywhere, or shows the time for anywhere on Earth. And the way it does it is it has a south polar projection. I don't know if I have a good image of this. Yeah, it has a south polar projection of the Earth, and basically it's a 24-hour clock instead of a 12 clock. Look at me. shaved head, and it shows, you know, the time based on the location. So I wanted to run this. I even bought a domain, which was streamclock.io, and I had planned to have this running up there all the time. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a stream where people could just put it on their TV and they could see the time. I think there's a lot of things about this that need to be improved. I don't know if that's what I want to do right now. What I do know I want to have is a stream that runs as long as possible. And that could be, you know, starting tonight, maybe starting tonight. Maybe I would love for it to be interactive, of course. Twitch commands. And would love for it to basically input metaverse spaces into it, into the stream, and give kind of a public space for streaming, or for metaverse people to hang out. This is really kind of bizarre. It's kind of hard to write and stream at the same time, so I'm sure I'll get better. So I want to do a visual avatar. I'm going to call this Everstream. Whatever. What else do I want to do? I want to, in general, I want to kind of show... I like to build metaverse spaces on the stream. So that would be on Mona, would be on Hyperfy, potentially Mozilla Hubs. Used to do that a lot, not as much anymore. There are some other ones. Substrata comes to mind, but build bridges between each of these things. Okay, so now that I've kind of gone through this little section, I'm going to show you what I've been working on and some things that are interesting to me. So, there, I'm gone now. So, as far as things that are interesting to me right now, metaverse spaces are a big one. I have been building, as you may have seen in my previous videos, building in Mona for quite some time. This is something I made for a competition last year. This is called Temple Garden. You can get to it from www.templegarden.xyz. And this was my first kind of virtual online space, and I was really impressed by the rendering kind of capabilities of Mona. This is using Unity, embedded Unity WebGL player. And this was like my first time kind of building a space that I think displayed some of what I thought was the potential of the metaverse. You can have multiple people in here, you can have beautiful experiences. A year later, I don't find that there's much to do here. You know, I'm gonna fall, oops. I think that a lot of people thought of these things as being art galleries that you could explore. You know, I put up artwork here from myself and some friends. This is Alana. And I really loved this place, but it's empty and it doesn't actually have a lot of function. So I think the killer app of the metaverse is social stuff. So I think that if you can build a community around a space and you can create a space that people want to return to, that gives people a vibe, maybe it's music, maybe it's the kind of people that show up, then I do feel like there could be uses for it. I think of the metaverse kind of like a 3D virtual interface. We're always building interfaces. We're used to 2D interfaces. We're putting more and more data from ourselves and our bodies onto the internet. and onto computers, and the metaverse could be kind of like a three-dimensional social networked interface where people can, you know, communicate, interact. That sounds like a bunch of marketing bullshit, but yeah, it's kind of how I think about it. So originally it was Mona. I've expanded into a couple different places. Hyperfi is one of my favorites. So Hyperfi is web-based, React-based metaverse space. It's kind of like Mozilla Hubs in that it runs, you know, you import GLTFs and you bake lighting and all this kind of stuff. But as you can see, it supports full VRM avatars. Avatars can have motion on them. It also has an amazing editor, which allows you to do things like add NFTs that you own. Let's see, where's that NFT wallet? You know, here's an NFT that I own, right here. I can add this and move it around. Actually, I've never tried adding this one here. Oh, it's an image. So, and you can edit it live. And you can save, and people who are in the space with you can watch you do so. It's really quite interesting and has a lot of potential. So I've been kind of experimenting with this in a number of ways. I've been building custom apps that have required me to learn React. I built things like audio triggers, as you can see there. And was for a while kind of maintaining a competition where every week I would invite people to do jump courses and win prizes as a result. So I haven't done that recently, partly because I'm working on other stuff, but yeah, I really enjoy this. I also really enjoy speedrunning in general. And yeah, so I'd like to explore more of this on the stream, see if anyone else out there is making spaces like this, and in general, just love Hyperfi. You can explore a whole bunch of different places on Hyperfi using the Explore page. So these are the most recently updated spots. And if you go to the top one, then there's the most likelihood that there are people there because it's been updated recently. Let's see. Yeah, you can see. There are people in it right now. It's kind of crazy. Let's see how many people are in here. Ah, 3. It's kind of an interesting graveyard type thing. Ah, of course. A jump course. Let's see if we can do it. Oh. Go outside too. Interesting. Slash wave. Cool. And I'll bounce out of there. Other things I'm interested in. I have been really interested in AI stuff. Of course, everyone uses Midjourney, but this is a really interesting project called UPG rather, by GPT Labs. And what it is it's a command line utility that you can use to, hopefully this isn't going to dox me. Hey, I think that should be all good. There we go. And you can use it to basically create all sorts of media. Well, create code specifically. So, UPG, you run it, checks my subscription. Okay, I want to write a program in HTML. I'm gonna really quick just go to. I'll do a code pen. Why not? So, start little HTML code pen. Let's see. What will this program do? Create a simple website with a button that changes a text element from red to green. Changes the text, changes the text hello from red to green and back. I don't know if this will work. There we go. So what we do is we go and copy it and paste it into our HTML. Hello. Look at that. It generates all this stuff for you. And I am not great at HTML. I'm not great at some other coding stuff. But you can basically iteratively modify this. So let's see. Center the hello button. Okay, you can see it added a center brackets thing. I don't know what that is. I thought it would create like a CSS style. Let's see. Center. Okay. Let's see. Create a style for centered vertically and apply that to the button. All right. Class centered. Style the class centered as vertically centered. Let's see if this works. Added a style tag. So now I'm just going to copy it, paste it. There we go. That's cool. Okay, let's tell it to change the background. Oops. Use the button to change the background color from black to white and back. Let's give it a shot. Wait, did I copy that? Copy. Okay, so in that case, it didn't actually work. If document style equals black, let's tell it to undo that. Okay. Edit. Make the button 2x as large. Okay. Make the button change the background color. Let's try that. I don't know. Is it gonna work? Didn't work again. So let's keep it like this. And let's just have that be the end. But I will say that it works great. And on my glitch profile, I've got a number of projects that have been generated using this. So let's see. I just made this one here. This was last night, and basically used UPG to generate HTML, which I then used to embed a 3JS scene in. And all of this was done, yeah, just by kind of typing and talking to this AI. I think the thing is that as cool as this is for basic stuff, it doesn't necessarily work for complicated stuff right now. UPG doesn't quite understand 3JS, so you end up, as a result, kind of filling things in and all that. So yeah, that's been UPG. I'll do one more thing with it. I'll tell it to write HTML, create a simple A-frame scene embedded in an HTML file, HTML website. And we'll see if this works. It's still thinking. Did this last night and ended up with something kind of cool. I'll show you. What did I name it? I actually don't know. Might be this. It's still thinking over here. I don't believe this is it. I've got, it's somewhere here. A-frame mouse interactions with UPG. Let's go. Interesting, this is still thinking. I wonder if it's crashed. That happens every once in a while. Alright. So this is an A-frame scene that was completely generated using UPG. And it has a couple things that I don't actually know how to do. So I was able to explain to it interactions that I had not figured out yet. And it generated all this code. I think part of the reason UPG works really well with A-frame is because it's HTML based and not 3JS. And so everything is a bit simpler in some ways. It's just creating functions that use JavaScript to interact with 3JS. So this is the kind of A-frame test scene. And it's got its test objects in here. And I used UPG to add a camera toggle, which toggles between camera B and camera A. It also added things like click to change color, hover to change color, and of course that cube which is rotating. One thing I'd love to be able to do is to be able to copy this stuff back into here, but as of right now it hasn't done this. Oh, look, it created something for us. I just needed to bump it. Let's go to our code pen and let's see if it worked. There it did. Worked great. And I could do something like edit. Change the color of the sphere to black. Ta-da. Copy it. Paste it. Boom. So cool. Anyway, that was UPG by GPT Labs. Okay, another thing that just got dropped today, ChatGPT, which is a chat AI bot. And you can use it to do all sorts of things. One could imagine, well, they give you some examples here. I haven't actually done anything with this yet, so let's check it out. Do you think YouTube live streaming is a relevant way to get yourself out in the world? That's a lame question. Do you believe in ghosts? My purpose is to provide information and answers. Whether or not ghosts exist is a matter of personal belief and interpretation. I'm not capable of... Okay, that wasn't very interesting. How about, do you think quantum physics can explain ghosts? Oh, Oh, this is something that people mentioned is that OpenAI now has memory. So before it wouldn't say, as I mentioned earlier, before it would just give you new info every time. And now it's like making me feel bad for repeating myself. But that's okay. I'm not gonna take it personally. Okay. What do you think would be an interesting usage of blockchain technology as it pertains to artwork? Create a secure and tamper-proof digital ledger for tracking ownership. This could prevent fraud and theft, as well as provide a way for artists to track the movement and sales of work. Potentially be used to decentralize marketplace. Not super interesting. I actually used another GPT model to ask questions about branding. How should I go about branding myself? In the mind of others. Personal style, values, interests. Wow. This is actually really cool. I'm going to put this down and develop a unique personal brand, be consistent. One thing I'm wondering, I wonder if this actually... Oh, huh. I mean, that's not super damning, but let's do this. Only one hit. I don't know. Pretty interesting. All right. So I think that's all I have to share today. Here I am again. So to end it, I think I'll just end it there. That was an update of things I'm interested in and working on. Kind of giving an overview of what I want to do in this next little bit. And the next stream I do, I'll be starting with virtual avatar. So maybe that's what I could do. Maybe I could do a schedule. Toggle. Schedule. Delete. So, stream 1, avatar. Stream 2, ever stream setup. Stream 3. I'm sure that's not right. We'll do better. Okay, that's been it. Thanks for joining. See you next time.